Hey guys, so we are back in Europe and I just wanted to make this little video. We're just about to go to bed and something was really resonating in my heart and I just wanted to share about it. I also want to say thank you. I put a fundraiser out and said we were in trouble and we hit the target in 48 hours, so all of the children can have medical insurance, and this will cover any eventualities. Hopefully we don't have any more, but with the children having the health issues they do, it can happen. So it'll cover them if we have any problems with intensive care, like we've had over the last few months. We've had a few children in intensive care, and of course our little Johanna, who was very ill and is no longer with us, is what spurred me on, because we had a lot of bills remaining from that as well, and it affected other things. When you're rushing around with a child who you know is fighting for their life, if you've got money sitting to one side for your food shopping and no money for medical, you're quite happy to borrow it from there to put it in that instance. But then, you know, when the day comes that you're doing food shopping, everyone starts to get a bit of a panic on and praying and hoping for the best. This is I guess family life on steroids, you know, is the way to put it. Many people have families out there, you know what it's like to have to pay your bills and things, but it's not like we can. You are the friends that we would turn to, let's put it that way. You're the friends and family we would turn to and say we're in trouble, and this is what the beauty of technology has allowed us to do, is to create that connection. And we call you part of our family for certain, because we don't have a natural set of relatives in Tanzania where we can say, hey, we don't have enough this month for the medical bills for this child, for the food bills for this child, for whatever it might be that we need. And I know families can lean on one another. You can call your parents, your aunt, your uncle, your grandparents, your brothers, your sisters. You are all of those things to us because you're the ones that we can call on in an emergency, and we do view you that way. I want to make that clear. I'm very, very grateful, deeply grateful for what you have shared and made possible for us, because there's no way, there's just literally no way. Johanna would not have lived the last 2 years with his health. At least he had 2 happy years on this planet. And he made friends, and he had crushes on some of the girls you could see, and he had massages and he loved them, and he laughed and he smiled. And other children were the same. Emmanuel, before he passed away, he had girls that he would smile at a lot, and he had something normal and beautiful and human in his final years. And that, I think, is a very valuable thing for these children. And of course, sometimes with their conditions and the medical care in that country, I've come to terms that they're not all going to live. All of our children will not live long, normal, healthy lives. And all I can do is deliver them safely to God when He calls them home. But at least we can give them as much of the joy and goodness of life as possible before that day, if it ever does happen to any of our other children, which it will eventually at some point. But just like all humans, to give the joy that they deserve. And of course, many of our children didn't have that. They were just laying on their back, staring at a tin sheet roof every single day, and that was it. You know, this was it. So I'm eternally grateful for the support. Thank you on behalf of the children as well. If they understood what you'd done, they'd be grateful. I know they would. And those who do understand what you do for us are grateful, and they do pray for you, and they do ask about it and speak about the people, and they ask strange questions that you don't catch you off guard, like, why would a stranger share with me, sort of thing we get from the able-bodied children. So it's a very beautiful thing. And actually, what I wanted to speak about before I spoke about that is one of the most difficult things for myself coming to the West is I like to put all of my love outside of myself as much as possible. And I just said to Fritzy, the only thing, because I'm in Hamburg at the moment, and of course I love Fritzy's family, but the only thing I have that I can truly put all of my love into, whilst I'm away from my family in Tanzania, my children, the dogs, those who are sick and need your love. They need you to externalize your love. They need you to put everything out there for them. The only thing I have here is Fritzy that I can put that into. And it leaves a little bit of a void in you. And I think I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky that I have the life I have in Tanzania where I can do that. I can love without any boundary. And loving feels good. But I can just let it out. I can just let it go without any concern, without any worry. I can just release it. And I think we should all be able to live that way. Without fear of pain, without fear of getting hurt. But also to have somewhere to align it, to put it. Because what is more natural to us than love? What is more natural to us than family? And in this modern society, we've come away a lot from that. We see it as a little bit unnatural. We want to plan, we want education, we want academics. We see young people starting families as not the normal anymore, but it's the most normal thing you can do. Is to put as much love outside of yourself as possible, to express that with another and have children, as Fritzy and I will no doubt do. This is normal because you need somewhere to put your love. And the more love you can put out, the better the people around you. And I'm very lucky that I have so many places to put it in my life. I can put it into my videos, I can put it into God, as we all can, but I can nourish a core part of our human soul, which is a want to help others. It's inside everybody. Just as the negative shadow to do bad exists in all beings, it's there. But the want to love and to serve others exists in others, in everybody as well. This is why I try to find empathy with everybody I come across on the planet. Because I know we're all in the same position. And I know how blessed I am that I have so many beings and lives and souls to invest my love into in Tanzania. And I'm very honoured that God has chosen me to be in that position. Because I know many others could do it just as well. And you know, many others could share just as much love. But when I'm here, I notice that I don't have any children to pick up and say, there's my love. And just at the same time, I guess, say, I'm enjoying your love. And I don't have as many dogs who are sick, or puppies who are sick, or paraplegic dogs in my house where we have to clean their mess, and when you wake up in the night you've got to change their nappy and their blanket. And something about doing these things, for all it's very tiring and can be very stressful, is very nourishing. And I miss it when I'm here. I really do miss it when I'm here. So I wanted to speak about that. We should all find a way to invest as much of our love as we possibly can in those around us and in those on the planet who need it, who we are yet to meet. So, I think I might make one short little video after this, just true to something I said during this video. So if you see it in the same setup, you know what happened. Anyway, good night guys, God bless.
Give, always give what you can, even if you are lost your lines in the sand. And dig, always dig a little deeper. Sometimes it's hard to be my brother's keeper. Love, so you let love in. Baby, I am home in the wake of your skin. And it's crazy how we wear a ceremony. Always be open to your path and your journey, yes. She cradles my loneliness our home, let our forage nest. Universal test, feel the weight of my love, put your hand on my chest and rest. In the cradle of my arms, the battle that we face is the place where our scars come from. And to pick up the gun, my love, we are destined to teach these ones to be brave and never run away. Courage is birthed from the womb on the first light of day. The day you were born, you came out perfect, never meant to be torn in silence. Never been so loud in the violence, never been so proud of a people. When we're fighting for a change, not afraid to lose it all despite all the rage. We are animals and we cannot be caged. Provoke us to fight, so we burn a little sage and write poetry. Wiser than the enemy will ever be, the minority and authority. Are you here to protect or arrest me? I can't tolerate the hate and I'm losing sleep. Can't breathe cause they're choking out the war in me. Immorality, yeah. Love letters to God. I wonder if she reads them or if